just go ahead and splash it on them.
Hello everyone, it's Kim. I hope you guys are living long, strong, healthy, and happy. If this is your first time seeing my face, welcome to Thinking Out Loud, a place where I share college tips, life journey tricks, reflections, and of course, a place where we can think out loud. So in my previous video, I talked about 4 crucial things that I learned in college. And in one of those things, I talked about how working smart and playing smart was really important. And if you haven't watched that video, so with that being said, get cozy, get your juice, get your kombucha, get your soda, get your wine, get anything that'll make you comfortable, and of course, get a notebook. Today, we are gonna talk about how to work smart, not hard, in college classes. Now, in the previous video, I talked about how important it is to balance your work and your play, and in order for you to have the playtime and have those memories that you really want to cherish in the future, you gotta know how to work smart. So before we actually get into working smart and all of the extra tips, we have to know exactly what the difference is. What is working smart and what is working hard? So I basically got this information from teachershabits.com because no plagiarism here, no. And it basically says hard work means putting in a lot of time and effort doing a certain amount of work. Smart work means spending less amount of time performing the same amount of work. So working hard is basically quantitative and more on the traditional side, rather smart work is more qualitative and more of a modernistic style. Now let me be honest with you guys. The majority of the time, I'm honestly working smart. Like, don't get me wrong, there are times where I do work hard, but honestly when necessary. All those college students that are out there that know exactly what I'm talking about, and for those that don't know, we could be taking 5 classes, we could be taking 4 classes, we could be taking 6 classes. And with that being said, every professor has their own way of teaching. Imagine 6 classes, you gotta read 3 chapters each or something like that for specific days, and you're just wasting your time reading hoping that you'll get an A. Because the sad part about hard working is that they really don't take into consideration how you as a person learn. With that being said, working hard can not only waste your time, it also leaves not enough time to work on other classes could be also important and other activities that you would probably want to do during your college years. So now that we've established why working smart is really important, we can get on to the 5 tips. So tip number 1 is, of course, you have to study and break down the syllabus. Now, let me not lie to you guys. Before, I honestly wasn't doing this. When I tell you how extremely important it is to master your syllabus, why? Because what's in the syllabus is literally how the professor is going to assess you. So for y'all that did not know, each professor has their own way of assessing you. Basically meaning for one professor, maybe exams are more important to them, or in another class, maybe homework is important to them, or maybe in another class, participation is more important to them. So once you know exactly how the professor is going to assess you, you can figure out what grade you're going to get based on the things that you put effort in. To give you a better understanding, I'm going to go on one of my classes and you guys will actually see what I mean. So for one of my classes, a class that I really don't like that much, but you know, all we literally have is 4 case studies, which he assigns to us. We write a paper on it, and then that's that. My case studies are 80% of my grade. So now I have this information. What can I do? Now that we know this, we know that, okay, so the professor is like this. He really considers case studies to be extremely important. I don't have any room to mess up. And so what do? I put my energy on those case studies. Now for his participation, basically we're supposed to go out, look for news articles, talk about them, and how it pertains to our class. So personally, I like to watch news or anything like that. So before my class, I watched the Wall Street Journal, a specific article that I liked. I go to the class, I talk about it, and then that's that really. Now, if someone didn't know this, someone will go through articles and articles trying to figure out what news can actually pertain to the class. But if you actually, read the syllabus, see what exactly he wants, we can see that it's not that deep. What you should be working on is those 4 case studies. That's what you should be working on, because those creep up on you like, who? And so, once you break down the syllabus and study it, you have a glimpse of what the professor wants in his work. And once you do that, you can be able to, break down the class and basically calculate your way into the grade that you want. Now, the second tip that I have is to build a connection with the professor. Now, I know what some of you guys are probably thinking. I know, Cam, I don't want to do that. Like, that's so, I don't want to. Do I have to? Hell yeah, you have to. Because listen, let's see it like this. When you really like someone, when I mean really like someone, like you with the person, because I can't say it, it's YouTube. When you really like someone, you want to see that person succeed and you like being around that person. When you're neutral about someone, it's literally like, if they succeed, if they fail, Like, basically, you don't care if they succeed or fail. It really doesn't matter to you because that person is neutral to you. And when you don't like someone, better you hate that person. When that person fails, it's like, so that's basically the same thing with professors. When professors like you explicitly or implicitly, most likely they're gonna want to see you succeed. Now you guys are probably like, Kim, like, how do I understand it's like really important or whatever, but like, how do I even build a connection with these dang on professors? Well, Natalie.
Y'all, I don't know why I said Natalie. It just came to me like that, like an epiphany. Like, excuse me, all the Natalies that are out there. I'm sure y'all are cool. I'm sure you guys are smart. So, excuse me. I just felt like I had to say that in case somebody came for me and was like, oh, what do you guys have against a Natalie? I'm a Natalie and I'm a great person. I'm sure you're great.
It's as simple as asking questions in class. It's as simple as asking questions inside and outside of class. It's as simple as actually responding to the professor in class when he asks a question. And it's as simple as sending an email saying, I'm sick. I can't make it to your class. Now, there's this thing that I see certain people do after the first day of class. They basically go up to the professor, shake his hand. Hi, I'm da-da-da. It's really nice to meet you. I just wanted to, present myself and kind of say, I'm really looking forward to your class. I actually had a question about something. That's it. That's it. Because here's the thing. It shows that you actually care. And professors, they have thousands of students who do not care. And I know what a lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, that's so corny talking to some professor. It won't be corny when you have nobody to write that letter of recommendation for you. It won't be corny when you can't find someone to help you find a job. And it won't be corny when you see that F on your paper and you gotta come back again to the same professor the next year. Is it corny then? Now, the third tip that I have for you guys is something I feel like you guys should already know. Now, this is extremely important. Why? Because literally, like the syllabus, because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes some professors don't actually give you everything that you need on the syllabus. And so if you find someone that has already taken the class, they can give you insight on what the class is gonna be about when you take it. Because you can literally see how the professor grades, how the professor is, how he teaches, and all that extra stuff. It's basically like you're going in there knowing damn well what you're gonna get yourself into. And honestly, it's really that simple. That's it, pretty much. Now for the fourth tip that I have to give you, make sure you guys make friends in that dang class. Now I get it. Some of us are like riding solo. They don't see themselves talking to nobody. They just want to get their grades and dip. But honestly, getting a friend in that class could be so freaking helpful. Because let's look at it like this, okay? You could be a straight A student, okay? Emergency could happen. You might not be able to go to class. You miss a class, the next day you come to class. When you are pretty tight with the professor, they'll still tell you to get your notes from a classmate because that's just how it works. Now, if you don't know nobody, who you gonna ask? And that's not the only thing they can do. They can remind you about assignments. They can remind you about tests that you probably forgot about. They can help you study for a specific quiz on a topic that you may not understand. Now, I'm not saying you guys have to be best friends forever, where you guys have to see each other on the weekends and go driving and cruising. Like, no. I'm not saying that. I'm basically saying make sure you have someone that has your back and you have theirs in the class. Because the majority of the friends that I do make are from the different classes that I have. And when I tell you, they help me out so much. Also, listen, I'm not telling you guys to get some random person that literally back or front is just sitting on their laptop, shopping on Fashion Nova every single day, doesn't get the grades that they want, saying that these get degrees out here, never comes to class. Like, I'm not telling you guys take those type of people. Like, no. As the class goes on, you're gonna see the students who actually care and who don't care. And so when you get to know the class, you take someone who actually cares about the class and can have, as I said, your back and you have theirs. Now, the 5th tip that I have for you guys is to basically have a great learning style. Now, one of my professors really got me into this, and I basically realized how much time it cuts down, and it's literally the omegas of working smart. So if you like this video, I want you to like and subscribe so you can see my next video that will basically be on how to learn your learning styles. Comment down below if you have any college tips that I may have not talked about, or if there are some college tips that I use that you guys are using right now and how it helps in your circumstance. If you have not yet, whilst you're waiting for this next video, I want you guys to go to my previous video, basically where I talk about 4 crucial things that I learned in college. Anyways, guys, stay blessed, stay positive, and I will see you guys very, very, very soon. Bye!